Okay, let's talk about getting personal, the importance of personal projects. As you'll see throughout this presentation, personal projects are a critical element to so many photographers. It's a critical element for an inspired career. But you should choose these projects wisely so that you end up following that passion that you have. Having a success in a personal project, it's an effective way to build your own confidence, and it can teach you to trust your own instincts. It also introduces you to others, which can help you establish great connections within your chosen niche. And in a personal project, you're the boss, and you make all the creative decisions. So there's nobody else telling you that you can't do something, or there's nobody else trying to change your direction. It's all you. It's creativity without limits. And it also gives you the opportunity to try new things, new gear, new approaches, new styles, new methods. Since you're in charge, you can try new things without fear of disappointing a boss. In the act of doing that, you can actually learn and grow. And finally, you get to experience the joy of ownership. In the end, the project is yours and yours alone. You own it, and nobody can take it away from you. Now, Tim Mantoani is a great example of the benefits of personal projects. He's an editorial, portrait, and commercial photographer based in San Diego, where he runs his own photo studio. And Tim is really cool and extremely generous and extremely patient with people. Tim always has at least one personal project going at any given time, in addition to doing work that pays his bills. One such project got a lot of positive attention, so I thought he would be a great person to talk to about personal projects. Okay, so to talk about the importance of personal projects, we have Tim Mantoani with us right now. Hi, Tim.
How's it going? Thanks for having me.
It's doing good. And the reason why I asked Tim to join us is because he has a personal project that is really impressive. It is all about portraits of photographers with their most famous or one of their most famous images. I thought this is as a personal project. I thought this was brilliant, and I'm wondering if you could tell me how you came up with this idea in the first place.
Sure, it kind of came out of a thirst to get back to shooting some large format. When I graduated from Brooks Institute years ago, back in the early 90s, I worked a lot with a 4x5 camera, and a lot of my early work shooting portraits of athletes was all done on 4x5. When I graduated, I had the opportunity to work with several pro athletes and do portraits of them, and shooting 4x5 really forced me to take control of the photo session and really make pictures rather than just take them. And there was an experience of using large format, saying stand here, don't move, turn your head this way, and controlling every aspect of the shoot, which I really enjoyed. I enjoyed being next to the lens, not behind the lens. And I did a lot of my early work that way, and as digital came into effect, the demand of the market, really forced a lot of photographers to move to 35 millimeter. And after several years of not even touching a view camera, I was like, I really want to get back to shooting some large format. I'd heard about the 20 by 24 Polaroid, kind of knew the fate of Polaroid was not great, and took the time to rent it up in San Francisco back in December of 2006. And I called Jim Marshall, legendary music photographer, and Michael Zagaris, legendary rock and roll and sports guy, and I had a relationship with them, and I said, would you bring in a couple of your iconic pics? I want to do a portrait of you. And it just kind of started there, and after I did it, I was like, wow, there's something really special here in this format, and archiving these photographers that aren't going to be here forever, so that people know who these people are that made these pictures. There's this 20 by 24 Polaroid, and I said, you know, would you bring in a couple of your iconic pics? I want to do a portrait of you. And it just kind of started there, and after I did it, I was like, wow, there's something really special here in this format, and archiving these photographers that aren't going to be here forever, so that people know who these people are that made these pictures. There's this feeling that photos just kind of appear before you, but I think it's important for people to realize that photographers make pictures, not cameras.
Right, right. Um, Now, what kind of exposure did you receive as a result of this project that you probably wouldn't have gotten otherwise?
It's been incredible just the response that I've gotten worldwide. I've had shows in Europe and press in Russia, Turkey, China, Greece, Spain, and it's really been embraced worldwide, which is just incredible, and never had the expectations that it would be so well received. And I'm in the process right now of trying to get my book out for the fall of this year. So really, I really haven't hit the ground super hard with PR. So I'm hoping that with the book coming out, to even get more press and hopefully push this thing to the next level. I definitely, just from the life experience of the project, it's been invaluable. So you can't put a dollar figure on what it's like. I know Michael Zagaris always says the value and the payoff is in the doing, and we're fortunate that we love what we do, and at the end of the day, you can't take the money with you.
Right. Many have tried. Now, one thing I'm trying to ask everybody who I'm talking to for this webinar is to come up with a top 10 list. I just love doing these things on the website, so it's frequently that I'm always doing these top 10 lists. But if I were to ask you to come up with a top 10 list of benefits that a photographer can receive from doing personal projects, what would you put on that list?
Well, you forwarded me that you were going to ask me that question, so I actually have written it out here so I can read it. And this is in no specific order, but the things I put on this list were: you find out who you are as a photographer and a person. You make images that are only for yourself and show your personal voice. These photos will lead to work that you want to shoot. You are forced out of your comfort zone. As photographers, we often get very complacent, and I think that doing personal projects makes you take some risks and you grow through that. If you're out shooting things and people that you love, you're going to meet a network of people that have similar interests, and through that, you're going to grow and make more contacts and get more work because people like what you're shooting. You can update your portfolio and marketing materials with new images that are important to you. You can make images that are powerful because they're important to you. Since you have a vested interest in the project, you're going to work hard at getting it seen and published. You have a personal vested financial interest in this. So it's the old saying of a hungry dog hunts best. And when you have skin in the game, you're going to work to push that stuff out. I think another thing is you can test the limits of what you feel is possible. If you had to ask me 5 years ago, would you have gone out and photographed 160 photographers in 5 years on 20 by 24 Polaroid? I would have said you're out of your mind, but I've managed to do it. And in the experience of doing that, increase my network of people within the industry and within the world a huge amount. What else do I have down here? You'll inspire others. I am amazed with the amount of emails I get from people that view my website and just say, thank you for doing this project. I absolutely love it. I found it totally inspiring, and I'm going to go out and try to shoot something on my own. And the last thing, I think you'll inspire yourself. And I have grown as a person through this process incredibly, and at the end of the day, this book is coming together. It is so exciting to see this happening that it's going to be a reality just within a few months, and it was just a matter of saying I'm going to do this and putting my mind to making it happen.
That sounds awesome. All right, well, that's a great list. I really appreciate your time, and I'm looking forward to continuing to see more cool stuff out of you, and I'm looking forward to the book. Any idea when it's going to be out?
It should be out in the fall, so Christmas presents, everybody. Get out your credit cards.
All right. Okay. Well, thanks again. I really appreciate your time.